What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, Matt Stingray. Thanks for checking in to the Rock the Watch channel. Guys, today we are going to do the full review of the Heimdallr Sea Ghost. As you can see, this looks like a watch that we're all very familiar with. So this one's going to be a little bit different than normal because we're going to do a full review of this Heimdallr, but we're also going to do a comparison to the real watch that it is homaging. And as you can see, it is the Omega Seamaster Professional. So let's flip this camera around and take a look at the Heimdallr Sea Ghost. But before we do that, quick wristwatch check. What am I rocking today? Today I am rocking my Seiko Monster Patty. I believe this is the 4th generation Monster. Pretty cool. Only owned it a couple days now and I'm loving it. The monsters are awesome. So let's flip this camera around and take a look and compare to the Heimdallr Sea Ghost. Let's rock this watch. All right, guys, so here it is, the Heimdallr Sea Ghost. Let's get a zoom in and look at this dial. It's a pretty cool watch, but that's because it's almost copying exactly another very famous watch. But this is actually a really cool homage, if that's your thing. Not too much into the homages anymore, but this is a well-built watch. So let's do a little bit. Let's look at a little bit at a comparison. Let's get into the specs and features of this watch. So let me get this two side by side. Let me zoom in on this and get these two side by side so you can see how similar they actually are. Okay, so very cool. All right, let's look at some of the specs and features of this watch. And actually, let me get this one back in here because I'll compare them as we go along because they're actually very similar. So case diameter on the Heimdallr, 42 millimeter. Same thing with the Seamaster, 42 millimeter. The thickness on the Heimdallr right here is 13.5 millimeters. The Omega, 13.75. Lug to lug on the Heimdallr, 49. Lug to lug on the Seamaster, 49.5. And both of them have 20 millimeter lug widths. Let me set this one aside. This watch is powered by the Seiko NH35A. It has a titanium case. I believe this is a stainless steel bracelet, but this is an all titanium case, aluminum bezel insert on this. Okay, it has a sapphire crystal with AR coating, very nice AR coating. And this is a double dome sapphire. You can see there's a pronounced step, which is one of the major differences with the Omega. Also, as you can see, it seems to have kind of that vintage lume on this. All right, this one does have 200 meters of water resistance. The lume is C3 lume. All right, it comes on this stainless steel mesh bracelet, which is 20 millimeters at the top, tapering down to 18 millimeters. And it does not have quick releases on the back. As you can see, there is the case back there. Titanium, says sapphire crystal, 200 meters, 100% titanium, automatic movement, Heimdallr with a shark or whatever that is. So what are some of the visual differences? Now, this one actually, while it is homaging the Omega Seamaster, it's actually homaging the James Bond one, more the Die Another Day or something till tomorrow, or there's too many James Bonds or whatever the name of the lease. I can't even keep track of all that stuff. But it is supposed to be the James Bond Seamaster. One of the biggest things that I've noticed, the differences, you can even see, look at the way that the case is cut is identical. Now Omega polishes it. This is just brushed here, but it's actually in, if you look at the side and look at how thin the bezel is, and then it comes to a very pronounced step or box sapphire crystal, whereas the Seamaster is more of a steady dome all the way across. As you can see, see it there? You can big time tell there. Obviously, crown's not sized like it is on the Omega. This is an aluminum bezel insert. This is a ceramic bezel insert. This has a see-through case back. This one does not. Okay, this one has the, let me try to get it zoomed in there. The Omega Master Coaxial 8800 movement. Okay, but other than that, these are super similar. So I see what they're going for. One of the biggest differences is you can get this sucker for $239. Okay, this one retails for $5,200. So there's a big difference there. However, the movement in this watch, in this Seamaster, is probably cost more than this entire watch. But this watch is cool. I mean, if you can't, look, homages are not my thing. I am not into rocking homages that are this close. I mean, look at the hands. For God's sake, look at the hands on it. Look at the, I mean, look at even the font on the numbers of the bezel. Look at that 50 right there, and then look at the 50 on the Omega. Look at those numbers. They are super similar. I mean, there's no denying what this thing is copying. This is almost a straight out copy. Changed it. They only changed the 12 o'clock indice really, and it's very, very similar. So let's see what it looks like on the wrist. Let's get this Seiko off and get an old wrist shot here. It's kind of got this weird, you kind of gotta undo this and slide this in on the mesh bracelet, but it seems pretty secure. You slide this in like this and pick a position where, let me take it off and do it. Maybe right there. That might be a little too tight. See, here's one of the things though you got to look at. Are you going to struggle as a bracelet, something you're going to struggle with? Or, I mean, really, it's kind of pronounced. I don't know if I'm digging that. It is signed, it is double pushing. I do like the way it snaps in there. It's pretty secure, I'm not gonna lie. And it's not a bad looking watch, man. But to me, you're kind of rocking something that's real close to a fake. I'm not saying it is, I'm just saying it's real close. So let's get a lume shot of actually both of these. Let's see what the lume looks like on these. Now, is comparing a $240 watch fair to comparing this one? Well, sometimes, because these Seikos have a lot better lume than some of these really high-end brands. So let's hit, matter of fact, now that we got the monster here, let's hit all three of these watches with the UV torch and see how they hold up. See, this monster I'm suspecting is going to be insane. But let's hit all three, and let's get a 3 for in this video and see what this is going to look like. All right. So there we go. We got Seiko. We got Omega, which they kind of share a similar theme with the blue and greens. And then we got the Heimdallr. Very nice. You guys let me know which one you think is the brightest. I think, you know, the Heimdallr does okay for the price. Let's get a little look at that on its own. It does okay. It's sharp and everything, kind of dull, but it does okay. So let's flip this camera around and go get the final thoughts. All right, guys, so there it is, the Heimdallr Sea Ghost. So guys, what do you think? Would you go ahead and save your money for the Omega and buy that, or would you go ahead and pull the trigger on this Omega homage? Because that's, I mean, let's not beat around the bush, it's clearly what it is. Let me know which way you guys go. I'm genuinely interested in how you would spend your money. Now, remember, you can pick these up for a little over $4,000 on the gray market, brand new, probably right under or right around 4 used, depending on condition. So would you go that way, or would you say, forget it, pull the trigger and get you one that is really close to a direct copy? Let me know what you guys think. So guys, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. And as always, rock that watch.